You did everything right. You got the job. You enrolled in the 401k. You contributed every month. You didn't touch it. You followed every single piece of advice that every financial planner, employer, and government program told you to follow. And after 30 years of doing everything right, the median American age 55 to 64 has $87,000 saved for retirement. Not $870,000, not $1.87 million, $87,000. And the number that same demographic says they need to retire comfortably, $1.46 million. That is not a savings gap. That is a system that was never designed to work for you. And today I'm going to tell you exactly how it happened and who built it. The 401k was not designed to replace pensions. It was a tax loophole. In 1978, Congress passed a provision, Section 401k of the tax code, allowing employees to defer a portion of their salary into a tax-advantaged account. It was meant for executive compensation packages, a perk for high earners. Then in 1981, a benefits consultant named Ted Benna realized the provision could be extended to all employees. The IRS approved it. Corporations saw an immediate opportunity. Instead of funding defined benefit pensions, which guaranteed employees a fixed income in retirement, fully funded by the employer, they could offer a 401k and shift the entire financial risk to the worker. In 1980, 70% of private sector workers had a pension. Today, that number is 15%. The 401k replaced the pension, not because it was better for workers. It replaced it because it was dramatically cheaper for corporations. The defined benefit pension required employers to fund it, manage it, and guarantee the outcome. The 401k requires none of that. The employer contributes a match sometimes, and then the worker is entirely responsible for investment decisions they were never trained to make. This is the foundational lie. The retirement system wasn't reformed to serve you better. It was reformed to serve the balance sheets of employers. You were handed a tool you didn't ask for, weren't taught to use, and were told was sufficient, when the people who designed it knew it wasn't sufficient for median earners. Let me put the real numbers in one place, because financial media never shows them all at once. What you were told you need to retire, $1.46 million. That's the average American's own estimate, according to Northwestern Mutual's 2026 survey. Not some analyst's projection. What real people believe they need. What the median person aged 55 to 64 actually has saved, $87,000. That's Vanguard data, 2025, not the average, the median. The number that represents the person in the middle of the distribution, not the billionaires pulling the average up. The gap, $1.373 million. Short, after 30 to 40 years of contributing. Now here's where the lie gets more precise. Even the people who did everything right, maxed contributions, never withdrew, stayed invested through every crash. The median 401k at actual retirement age holds $71,000. That is the number Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, cited in his own public letter. He said, and I'm paraphrasing directly, the median 401k at retirement age cannot support more than a few $100s per month. A few $100s per month after 30 years. And the result of this gap in practice, the typical retiring American couple in 2026 faces an annual income shortfall of $10,000 to $17,000 per year. Not catastrophic, not destitution, but a persistent compounding squeeze that forces real trade-offs every single year. Skip the medical procedure, sell the house, move closer to family, take on part-time work at 68. That is what following the rules produced for the median earner. The retirement advice you received wasn't just insufficient. In 3 specific ways, it was actively misleading. First, they ignored inflation. Save $1 million and you're set for life. That advice was given in the 1990s. $1 million in 1995 had the purchasing power of $2.1 million today. The target kept moving. The advice didn't. Nobody adjusted the number for you. You saved toward a goal that was quietly becoming inadequate every single year while you were told you were on track. Second, they sold you average returns. The stock market returns 10% per year on average. That is mathematically true over 100 years. It is functionally useless for an individual who retires in 2008 or 2020 or 2026, years when markets were down 30% to 50%. If you retire into a down market, you start withdrawing at the worst possible time. The sequence of returns destroys the average. The financial system knew this. They sold you the 100-year average anyway. Third, they outsourced the expertise without the education. Corporations handed you the 401k and said, choose your investments. Most people chose target date funds and forgot about it. Nobody explained expense ratios, tax drag, rebalancing, or the difference between nominal and real returns. The people managing institutional pension funds had entire investment teams. You had a pamphlet from HR, 3 deliberate failures: inflation ignored, returns misrepresented, education withheld. All 3 compounding over 30 years into the $87,000 median at age 60. Here's the part of this video that connects to who's actually watching. If you're here, if you've been paying attention to alternative assets, crypto, XRP, gold, anything outside the traditional financial system, it's because some part of you already figured this out. You didn't invest in XRP because you were reckless. You invested in XRP because you looked at the retirement math and concluded the traditional path wasn't going to close the gap. That's not a mistake in judgment. That's a correct assessment of the data. The problem isn't that you broke from the system. The problem is that most people who break from the system go looking for the one asset that fixes everything and end up waiting for that asset to move instead of building income. XRP as a long-term position makes sense inside a broader picture, but hold XRP and hope it goes to $10 is the same structural mistake as contribute to a 401k and hope it grows to $1.46 million. You're still passive. You're still waiting for a system to deliver for you. You're still not in control of when the money comes. The people who actually escape the retirement trap, not the ones who got lucky on one asset, but the ones who built real financial independence, did it the same way every time. They built active income alongside their passive positions, not instead of them, alongside. I want to be specific about this because build active income is the kind of advice that sounds obvious and means nothing without detail. The markets that generate active income, the ones that move on a weekly timeline rather than a 30-year timeline, are gold, silver, the Nasdaq, and the major forex pairs. These markets trade $7.5 trillion per day globally. They move on the same forces you already track: interest rate decisions, inflation data, dollar strength, geopolitical events. The difference between these markets and a 401k is not the underlying dynamics. It's the timeline. A rate decision doesn't affect your 401k for months or years. It creates a trade in gold within hours. The same information, completely different access to the outcome. Learning to trade these markets is a skill with a real learning curve. I won't pretend otherwise, but it's a finite curve. And once you have the skill, it generates income on your timeline. Not a retirement date 25 years away. Not a Senate vote. Your timeline. In July, I'm opening a free community where I share live signals on gold, silver, and the Nasdaq. Real trades, real entries, real exits, transparent. No courses, no $500 packages. The goal is to give people who are done waiting for a system to deliver for them a practical starting point. The retirement lie isn't that you made bad choices. The lie is that you were handed an inadequate system, told it was sufficient, and left to figure out the gap on your own 30 years later. You already know the traditional path doesn't close it. Now let's build something that does. I'm Cripstick.